The Pregnacare Show is proudly brought to you by
Mineral Water.
Delay your gut.
Nutrition is about eating a healthy and balanced diet so your body gets the nutrients that it needs. When you are pregnant, nutrition is more important than ever. You need more of many important nutrients that you did before pregnancy. Making healthy food choices every day would help you and your unborn baby develop better. Do you know that eating nutritious food is not just good for you and your unborn baby? It also helps to ease some pregnancy discomforts like constipation and heartburn. What you eat is what your baby gets. So in pregnancy, you're encouraged to eat a healthy, balanced diet always. Do not reduce what you eat or do not increase it too much to what you eat. On today's episode, we will be looking at nutrition in pregnancy. The show is the Pregnacare Show, brought to you by Vena Mineral Drinking Water, changing people's life, and Dole Yogurt. My name is Dede. So on today's episode, we have a beautiful lady with us. She's going to share or she's going to teach us what nutrition is in pregnancy and how important it is for a pregnant woman to have a nutritious or a balanced diet. Madam, you are welcome to the Pregnacare Show.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you look so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yourself.
Thank you. So for the sake of our viewers, we would want to know your name and what you do.
All right. My name is, let me say hello to all your viewers. My name is Bernice Entry. I like to go by Mabina. It's what a lot of people know me by, Mabina. I've been a wellness coach for almost a decade now.
Wow.
Yes, I started quite early. I studied sports and exercise science in the tertiary level. I am a wellness coach and I have a great passion for pregnant women and nursing mothers, and I have extensive knowledge in exercise nutrition. Okay. Yes.
So on today's episode, we have Madam Mabina with us. She's a fitness coach and she has a soft spot for pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers and even women in general. So do not worry, you'll get to know more about her during the discussion. We'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, Madam Mabina will tell us what nutrition is and the importance of nutrition in pregnancy.
This advert is FDA approved.
Mommy is coming!
Have you cleaned the kitchen? Done all the chores?
Yes, ma'am.
Then it's time for
Delay your gut. Delay your gut. Everybody, grab Dole. It's delicious, creamy, and refreshing too. Mommies love it, and dads enjoy it, and the children, they love it. Raise a cup, let's delay your gut. Raise a cup, let's delay. Raise a cup, let's delay your gut. Raise a cup, let's delay. Delay your gut.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, the show is still the Pregnacare Show and you are here with Madam Mabina on today's episode. So we want to find out, what if you say nutrition, what should someone understand by nutrition?
So in layman's terms, nutrition is simply foods that we eat for good health and vitality. Yeah, in simple terms.
Okay, so when we say nutrition or good dieting, what's important is it to a pregnant woman? Today we are focusing on the pregnant women.
It is absolutely important. Like, nutrition is basically what makes your pregnancy successful. I can confidently say that because this is the reason why our doctors, when we go for antenatal, they stress so much on, eating foods that will increase our hemoglobin level, eating foods that will keep us full so that we can also feed our unborn babies. That's why they stress on the fact that we should, whether the baby will increase in weight or not depends on the mother. Yes, I would also want to say that nutrition is so important to the pregnant woman. That is why our midwives and our doctors also encourage us to take our supplements so that even if what we are eating is not enough for the baby and for the growing baby and the mother, then we can supplement it. Yes, we can supplement it with what they give us.
Oh, okay. So what are some of the nutritional needs of a pregnant woman in terms of what do they get from a balanced diet or a nutritious food? So what are their nutritional needs?
Oh, it's very important. I'm very happy that we're talking about this because it becomes confusing. I get so many pregnant women contacting me, and right from their first trimester, they are thinking about whether they should decrease what they're eating, whether they need a totally new meal plan, a plan to follow. It's very important. Nutrition is very important in pregnancy, and our nutritional needs when we are pregnant is it's dense. That is when you're supposed to eat more of the greens, all the food groups. You're supposed to make sure, from grains to from grains to proteins to vegetables to fruits. You're supposed to eat all these in its good proportions, and it's very important for a pregnant woman to snack. Very important for us to snack from one main meal to the next main meal. It's very important. Yes, there should be snacking in between, because we tend to, of course, we are feeding for 2 people, so we tend to be hungry. Most pregnant women, even though the symptoms vary from one pregnant woman to the other, you realize that when it comes to food, a lot of us, when we are not throwing up, as is the case of some people, we eat a lot. We tend to be hungry a lot. Yeah, so it's very important for a pregnant woman to snack
in between main meals.
Take the snacking very, very important.
Yes. So if we say healthy eating, what would be the understanding or explanation of healthy eating? Because I might see it to be different. You might also understand it to be different. So we want to get a main definition for healthy eating. Okay,
so in the layman's terms, again, healthy eating is just simply selecting or being particular about foods that will nourish you. And nourishment is just good health, maintaining foods that will help you maintain your optimal good health. And in the case of a pregnant woman, your health is so very important, at that time, very, very important. Everything you do contributes or not to your progress or your journey. And I would just give us a little canvas of what a healthy nutrition, a healthy nutrition in a day for a pregnant woman. So for instance, if you're able to handle oats has a lot of fiber. It is wholesome grain. It comes with a lot of nutrients. So if you can handle oats, it is great for you to handle oats. With if you're a dairy person, you can go ahead and have your normal dairy. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're not a dairy person, you can go for non-dairy milk, such as plant-based milks, almond milk, oats milk. All those plant-based milks are good for a pregnant woman because they contain a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. You see, those nuts and seeds, they contain a lot of protein. They contain a lot of omega-3 that a pregnant woman needs anyways. And it's also part of the supplement we're given. So if you're able to eat it in the natural form, it will do so much for you. Yeah, so much for you and your baby. If maybe you eat your oats and like when I was pregnant, that is not enough for you, you can add 1 boiled egg. Or you can go for 2 boiled eggs, but you take 1 yolk out of the other egg. So
why should they take 1 yolk out?
The total caloric content of the food is also important. The caloric content of a full egg is different from the caloric content of... I'm even concentrating on the caloric content because the nutrients that you need. Egg is a full meal,
Just
Yeah, the
one
egg
egg is a
itself.
whole
Yes,
meal-
it's a whole meal
meal.
on its own. It's good to eat the egg and the yolk. There's nothing wrong with eating the egg and the yolk. Maybe today you want to eat eggs, tomorrow you want to eat eggs.
egg again.
The next day you want to eat eggs. So you have to
Minimize
yes, be
meal.
mindful of the proportions you're eating. Yeah. So if you want to go for 2 eggs, then you will just want to take 1 egg yolk out of So then it's just 1 full egg and 1 egg white. Yeah. But I'm sure 1 egg and oats should be enough. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's breakfast. For snacks, very important. For snack, you can just have maybe 1 medium pawpaw. Chop it up and enjoy it.
Okay, so the snack is not basically like maybe some biscuits and drink. It could actually be fruits, anything.
Yeah.
Not so
I
heavy.
prefer that we eat organic when we are pregnant, because let's face it, even though we want to encourage our pregnant women to eat, we want them to eat wholesome foods. We want them to eat wholesome food. So when baby is out, then the weight is not, it's not just excess fat, but because you ate good. So we want their snacking to be more organic, like fresh fruits, like a small bowl of salad, like sobolo without the sugar. Like you can also go for crackers, like biscuits, but it's not too many biscuits, just a few biscuits. A little biscuits. You can dip it in granite paste, just a little granite paste. If you want it sweet, add a little honey to the granite paste. When you dip it with the biscuit, it will be very nice. You see? So something like that.
That already looks sweet and delicious.
It's nice.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
But I'm not pregnant yet.
you have to add that.
Okay. So we would also want to know, how often should a pregnant woman eat? Should she wait when she's hungry, or she could eat at any time?
For some people, if you have to wait before you're hungry, before you're eating, by that time you're very uncomfortable. Maybe you have a tummy ache, or you are nauseous. Pregnancy comes with all sorts of things. So I prefer that if you're eating your main meals and your snack, there is no way there will be excessive hunger. So the snack is supposed to sort of block or carry you from one main meal to the next main meal. So then there's not really like a hunger.
Okay, so we want to know, what are the effects of poor dieting or poor nutrition on the pregnant woman and the unborn baby? So someone who is not dieting well or is not eating nutritious, so what would that effect be on the pregnant woman or on the unborn baby? Do we have anything like that?
Oh, we have seen so much of it. I mean, even during the season when I was pregnant with my child, we had instances of women who were not eating properly, and it affected the weight of their babies. It affected their hemoglobin levels, which is very important when you're pregnant. So healthy nutrition is very important. If you're not eating well when you're pregnant, it affects you first of all. It's not good enough for your health caregivers, and it's not good enough for your baby. And lacking certain nutrients, is also not good for you. Generally, it's not.
So poor dieting or nutrition in pregnancy can actually affect the weight of your baby. So baby is not going to grow well as you would wish to. And also, as you, the pregnant woman, it affects your hemoglobin level. That is kind of your blood level. It will be that low that you might even need to be transfused during your labor if you need to. So it is important that you eat well to help maintain or improve upon your hemoglobin level. We would want to know, at what stage of the pregnancy should a pregnant woman consider eating more?
I would not use the word eating more per se. It would be more of eating dense nutrition.
Dense?
Yes,
okay.
Making sure that the foods you're eating are nutritionally dense. For those who are not able to eat at all, maybe from the first trimester, they are able to settle around middle of the second trimester. That's when they are able to eat normal foods. Yeah. From that time, I would advise that you increase your vegetables, your intake of vegetables, especially your greens, your normal kontomire, adadame, all the greens that we have. Yeah.
Available.
Yes, available. Eat them as much as you can. Eat them in a bowl, eat them in smoothies, in green smoothies, eat them in salads, eat them in juices, as much as you can. That's what I did, and it helped me. I wasn't able to eat salads, but all these ways helped me so much that when I went to check, my doctor was very happy with me, but she didn't know that I wasn't taking the supplements, you see. Okay. So it's important for us to eat nutritionally dense meals.
We'll go for a breather. When we come back, we'll find out more on nutrition.
This advert is FDA approved.
Mommy is coming, mommy is coming.
Have you cleaned the kitchen? Done all the chores?
Yes, ma'am.
Then it's time for
Dole yogurt, Dole yogurt. Everybody, grab Dole. It's delicious, creamy, and refreshing too. Mommies love it, and dads enjoy it, and the children, they love it. Raise a cup, it's Dole yogurt. Raise a cup, it's Dole. Raise a cup, it's Dole yogurt. Raise a cup, it's Dole. Dole yogurt.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. So if you just join us, the show is still the Pregnacare, brought to you by Vena Mineral Drinking Water and Dole Yogurt. Is there any peculiar food or a particular food a pregnant woman is supposed to eat? We want to know, like, the majors. And is there anything as well as a pregnant woman should refrain from eating or should reduce eating?
Okay, so for a pregnant woman, you should be consuming all the 5 food groups.
Okay.
Eat your fruits, very important. You want to consume your vegetables. Vegetables, someone will ask, what are these vegetables? Kontomire, nyadwa, kwewunsuswa is very important because kwewunsuswa is so nutritious, it's nutritionally dense. You're eating a lot of your grains. Grains are maize or maize foods. Dehuo, fufu, banku. You're eating your wholesome tubers. You're eating your proteins. So, and then your dairy. So your dairy is what I said, that if you're maybe lactose intolerant and you can't handle dairy foods, then you would want to go for plant-based options. But you should be consuming all these food groups in the right proportions at all times. Yeah, foods that we should stay away from, of course, are foods that are not healthy enough, like sugar-dense foods, like a lot of cake, a lot of fizzy drinks, drinks that when you open it, that's all those drinks that do. You want to, minimize it.
Intake.
Yes, minimize the intake. Drink more water instead. Or you can even infuse. I want to show you one thing, very exciting. You can infuse your water. So you can squeeze pineapple, get the juice, and add the juice of the pineapple to your normal drinking water. It makes your water taste nice. So that encourages you to drink more because as you drink it, it tastes nice. And you can use any fruit of your choice to do this. You also want to stay away from alcohol. Alcohol contains a lot of sugar. Yeah, so you want to stay away from alcohol because generally alcohol is not even good for you when you're pregnant. Yeah.
So, what of fatty foods and
pepper?
So do pepper has any effects on pregnancy? Too much of pepper?
Unfortunately, it's person dependent. Yes, it's person. Some people want to drink pepper when they are pregnant. Others cannot stand it at all because of heartburns and all that. So it's pest, but we want to just be moderate in all that we are eating. If we can, let's be moderate. You want to stay away from too much junk food, foods that do not have fiber, enough fiber, that are not whole grain.
I've been hearing this now about omega-3. Omega-3 fats. I know that it helps in brain development for the unborn baby.
Yes.
So what are some of the food products we can get omega-3 fats from?
There are so many foods, so many variety. All the fish meals like mackerel, tuna, cassava fish, whichever
so
one.
basically the fish groups.
Fish group. You want to go for the nuts. You want to go for the seeds. It's like chia seeds. It's very common. If you're looking for chia seeds, if you see any shop, usually they have painted it green. They call it health shop. Yeah, if you go to any of these health shops, and you ask for chia seeds, they have chia seeds, flax seeds, fenugreek. All those seeds have a lot of omega-3, a lot of it, very dense.
Okay, so what's the relationship between food to weight gain in pregnancy? Before we take questions from our viewers.
Food and weight gain. Well, it's proportional. Apart from the fact that naturally a pregnant woman will gain weight because you're feeding the baby.
Growing.
Yeah, your baby is growing and you're feeding your baby. So, and we encourage a lot of, I know that healthcare givers encourage weight gain. Weight gain in pregnancy is not supposed to be something to scare us, but we should, of course, we shouldn't go overboard. Yeah, we shouldn't. If your healthcare giver realizes that maybe you're bothering too much, they will let you know.
Yes, I'm asking that because we have situations where someone is actually, I don't know whether to say overeating or eating per her requirements and making baby grow bigger. So we have situations like that. Not that the person is diabetic. Naturally, we have diabetic mothers with big babies.
Yeah.
And we have people who just eat and their baby is big. So some
yeah.
are worried about that and they would rather not even eat, or they would want to bring their meal down, not just because of the baby weight gain, and then themselves as well. You know, now every woman wants to keep slim and fit and all those things. So
I would advise that, you know, for that case, speak to a professional. Like in my case, I work with a lot of pregnant women. It's not anything exponential. It's just, you know, you have a meal plan that will guide what you eat, so that, you know, you're especially, a lot of people don't know how important snacking is in pregnancy. They just want to have one big meal and then another big meal and another big meal, you know, but that's not very helpful. Yeah, and then by the time you're moving from one big meal to the other, you're probably very famished. So you will eat beyond what you're supposed to eat.
With this one, don't you think sometimes it's maybe because of money? You know what we are saying, you said they should see a professional. Probably this is me, I'm pregnant, you know, I'm not too well with finances or money, so I can't even go to a nutritionist to plan my diet for me. So in such cases, we just want to advise the average pregnant woman who cannot see a nutritionist.
I get what you mean. But that is why you have this platform, right? Because as everything we are talking about here, we've already given so much information. If attention is being given, or you're paying attention to what we are saying, we've already given you all the things to be following. Yeah, you're supposed to eat all the 5 food groups which are available
all the time,
very cheap in our. These are what we eat anyways. We eat our yam, we eat plantain, we eat TZ, we eat banku, we eat fufu. All these foods are what we already have. They are whole grain. We're not saying go and buy Chinese or go and buy anything strange. No, we are talking about whole grain food.
Your family, yeah, make us afraid and someone market. Me person me who say oh nyem na udidi bebra. It's me ma oye kesi ana.
My name is Rebecca. I'm speaking for Dansima Market, and I want to ask that when you eat white clay in pregnancy, is it good for you? Or Shirley?
Please, I want to find out whether eating eggs and snails are good during pregnancy. And then what are some of the foods we should eat during pregnancy? Thank you.
My name is Abba Isawasam, and I want to find out if jogging is good for a pregnant woman. If not, which exercises would be recommended for a pregnant woman?
This advert is FDA approved.
Mommy is coming! Mommy is coming!
Have you cleaned the kitchen? Done all the chores?
Yes, ma'am.
Then it's time for
Dole yogurt. Dole yogurt. Everybody grab Dole. It's delicious, creamy, and refreshing too. Mommies love it, and dads enjoy it, and the children, they love it. With a cup is Dole yogurt, with a cup is Dole. With a cup is Dole yogurt, with a cup is Dole. Dole yogurt.
This advert is FDA approved.
Those are some questions from our viewers on the street, and Auntie Abna will help us understand them better. So, Auntie Abna, one of our viewers is saying she fears to eat because she heard that when she eats too much during pregnancy, she will put on weight. So, what will she do?
I would tell you that please don't be afraid. When you feed during pregnancy, I think pregnancy is the only period in your life that you can eat without feeling guilty.
Okay.
Because you know you're growing a whole baby inside you, and the baby depends on what you eat to also feed. Please don't be afraid. Eat. Most of the time after baby has come out, you realize that it's not everybody that even puts on weight. Some people lose weight after baby. Some people will gain just a little bit, which you can work on later when you have settled in your postpartum life. So please don't be afraid.
Okay, so our next viewer is saying that she heard eating egg and snails in pregnancy is not good because your baby will be drooling like there is saliva from the mouth because the snail is that sticky. So in her community, they don't eat that.
This is a myth that lives in our communities. Depending on which community you come from, there are different things that our community tells us does this or that. Yeah. So I'm sure it depends on what community she's coming from. But if you speak to your healthcare worker, your healthcare worker will tell you that, or your caregiver will tell you that eat snails because it also contains nutrients that your body could use. It will be very important to your body. So it's okay if you don't want to eat snails. There are other nutritionally dense meals that you can use in place of snails.
So it's not like snails are not good for us. Okay.
No, but it is okay if you don't want to eat it because of the beliefs that you have in your community.
Okay, so the next person is saying she heard that eating, there's this, during pregnancy, people crave for nutritional stuff. So she's saying she's heard there's this thing called clay or chile. It's whitish in color.
Yeah.
When you eat much of it, it gives your baby very smooth skin and all that. Is that true?
It's a big lie actually. This one I can confidently say it's a big lie. It's our healthcare givers, a lot of midwives even advise us seriously to stay away from chile. A lot of documentaries have been done about this, that we should stop eating chile when we are pregnant because it absorbs our platelets, and that is how come a lot of pregnant women are very pale or lack their hemoglobin levels are so low. Yeah, so it's not true that it's a myth. It's not true that it's the nutritionally dense meals that you eat that would do all these things for your baby. Yes.
So on today's episode, we'll be looking at some nutrients and its importance to the pregnant woman and the unborn baby. So our first is protein. What does protein do? It helps in general growth of the unborn baby and the mother as well. So we have foods like beans, eggs and meat. You get enough of protein from that. You also look at vitamin B and calcium. They work together to build up your baby's bones and teeth. And we move on to iron. Iron is for brain development, so try to take more foods that contain iron for your baby's brain development. Then we move to folic acid. It also helps to prevent certain birth defects in pregnancy. So make sure you eat a lot of food or supplements that has the folic acid to help your baby come out well and healthy.
Yes.
Okay. So if a client wants to reach you or a viewer wants to reach you, do you have any handle, anywhere the person could come to see you for more nutritional advice?
Absolutely. I work with a lot of pregnant women and nursing mothers. Like I said, it's like my passion. So I am on Instagram as Fitvolution, Fitvolution. As soon as you type Fitvolution, I will appear. Yes, Fitvolution with Mabana. If you see Fitvolution in there, you see Mabana there, it is me. Yeah. Or you can also reach me on WhatsApp, 0233563008. I'll say it again, 0233563008. WhatsApp is best because I'm a mother and sometimes my children will be there, so I can't pick up calls easily. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can easily
reach Auntie Abna on all the contacts and then the social media handles she's just giving us. So our tip for today's episode is, during pregnancy, you are encouraged to take in the required amount of all the needed nutrients, not too less or not too much, because either of them still have effect. So on today's episode, we were talking about good nutrition or balanced diet in pregnancy. Madam Abna has made us understand that it is very important to eat well during pregnancy. Do not skip any meal. Eat your main meal, get a snack, eat your main meal. There's nothing like weight gain or weight loss in pregnancy. Remember, poor dieting has effect on you and your unborn baby. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave them in our comment section on all our social media platforms. Keep subscribing to our YouTube channel at the Pregnacare Show. And you can also leave your comments on my personal IG page at @dede_gau. The show was brought to you by Vena Mineral Drinking Water, changing people's life. Vena has low amounts of sodium, which is good for us. It helps to maintain your blood pressure and helps in our muscle activities as well. So drink enough of water, not just any water, but Vena Mineral Drinking Water. And also supported by Dole Yogurt. It has all the prebiotic and all the probiotic nutrients you would need during your pregnancy and just as an individual. See you next week for a more interesting episode.